On everyone. So, two players that have really been standouts for the Lakers is Jordan Goodwin and Trey Jemison. Two guys that I really have liked and I really do think are diamonds in the rough for the Los Angeles Lakers. Two guys that I'd love to see kind of get a main roster spot, particularly before we get into the playoffs, right? Well, today is the official day that the Lakers can sign both of them and still stay under the second apron. Obviously, the contracts are prorated. This doesn't mean that the Lakers are going to sign both of them today or tomorrow or anything like that. They'll probably not sign them until the right before the playoffs, right? We've seen like 2 seasons ago, for example, with like Tristan Thompson. Right, they signed him and his contract was like $100,000 or something like that right before the playoffs. Now, I've seen people say like, "Oh, but by March 1st they, playoff eligible." That's only for guys that get waived, right? And then sign with a new team. So, guys like Trey Jemison, guys like Jordan Goodwin, you don't have to worry about that. So, they could be on two ways the rest of the regular season, get into the day before the postseason, and then get full-fledged contracts. Now, you might ask, well, Tyler, why, if the Lakers are so high on them, if the Lakers do plan on giving them new contracts, why wait? And it's for a multitude of reasons. One, what if something, knock on wood, presents itself that we really need, right? What if we end up, again, knock on wood, losing a guy, and it's like, this is a bigger position of need, right? Maybe we need another 6'8", 6'9" guy. It also gives the Lakers time and opportunity to kind of do some due diligence if need be, right? Like Stanley Johnson, for example, is on the Lakers G League team, right? He's been killing it. He's been playing excellent basketball. Well, maybe you go and kind of give him a couple games, give him a couple opportunities to just see, okay, is he another guy we come in? Do we like him maybe more than a Jordan Goodwin? I don't know if they'll necessarily do that. Also, it's just financially, right? They're on two-way contracts. They're not going anywhere. They don't have to worry about a team, sneaking in and swooping them up or anything like that. Like, they're fine in that regard. But, also, again, financially, right? Instead of paying them $400,000 each this year, for the rest of the year, now you get close to the beginning of the season. Now you only have to pay them $100,000 each. It's also financial situations, right? Because whoever they waive is going to count towards the cap regardless. So, again, you got to keep that in mind. So, do you want to go, if you're an organization? It sucks for those players, obviously, because they're not going to get the $400,000. But from a business standpoint and from a financial standpoint and a tax standpoint and all that stuff, you wait till the last minute. They get their $100,000+, and then also you got to keep in mind it gives them an opportunity to prove themselves for a bigger contract next year, right? Like these guys, they're looking at a prove a deal. No, it sucks. Like from a financial standpoint of like, hey, if you could get them an extra $300,000 or something, that's huge for them. But what would you rather have? $300,000 right now, or would you rather have the opportunity to go and maybe make millions on a new contract, right? Like so, they're auditioning. That's what it is, right? Trey Jameson, Jordan Goodwin, and they're going to continue to audition throughout the course of the regular season, right? Which is fine. Now, Jordan Goodwin, he's been great. Now, I see a lot of people that don't seem as high on him because he doesn't give you 18 a night, right? He started his first 2 games, he was like en fuego, right? Like he gave you I think it was like 15 points and then 18 points his first 2 games. So people were like, oh my God, right? He's not there for that though, right? Obviously that's great. Obviously I'd love to have that, but he's not going to get the role. He's not going to get the minutes. He's not going to get the opportunity, especially come playoff time, to give you anything close to that. He even said himself that when the Lakers brought him in, they told him, you're here for 2 reasons: rebounding and defense. What are the 2 things that Jordan Goodwin has been fantastic for the Lakers at? Oh yeah, rebounding and defense, right? Like that is why Jordan Goodwin is here. He's still very young. He's 26 years old. He actually just turned 26 in October. So he's a player that is still very young, very gifted, excellent rebounder in his size. Just gives you that point of attack defensive guard, gives you a sizable guard that you can throw, especially in the Western Conference, especially come playoff time. You're going to get a lot of those just like, the SGA matchup or the Ja Morant or the Jamal Murray or you look at the West and it's pretty pretty stacked with just centers and stuff, right? But you look at Jordan Goodwin thus far. Jordan Goodwin is averaging basically 4 rebounds per game for the Lakers in just under 17 minutes. Which is good, right? For a guard that's there to rebound and stuff. And we've seen him have a rebound, 10 rebound games, 8 rebound games, stuff like that. But it's just, for him, he's just the dirty work guy, right? He's the do everything. He's sacrificing his body. He's chasing after loose balls, right? He's taking charges, right? He's the guy that you can count on to show up and deliver on a regular basis as what you need. Like, every team needs that dirty work guy. Every team needs those hustle guys, needs those players, right? Like, you look at, the Warriors when they won with Gary Payton, and, you have the Denver Nuggets, right? Bruce Brown was that guy, the dirty work, hustle play guy. Aaron Gordon was another guy. The Celtics, Derek White, Drew Holiday, right? Like, these guys are just dirty work, hustle play guys, do the dirty work. Even like Pritchard and guys like that, right? You need those guys. You need the hard hustle, hard-nosed guys. That's why Gabe Vincent, that's why the Lakers went and got a guy like Gabe. Right? He's a guy that's not afraid of the moment, can hit big shots, can defend, play multiple positions, but also is willing to sacrifice his body, is willing to do the dirty work, do those hustle plays. You add that to, a Jordan Goodwin, a Trey Jemison, right? All of these guys, now you have, a Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith. You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that on any given night can make those impacts, especially once you get to the playoffs, particularly beyond the first round. Once you start getting in that second, third finals, right? Those little nuanced plays become so much more important, so much more impactful, right? Because a lot of these games are decided by those. A lot of those games are decided by, a 50-50 ball or a charge call. Or, that rebound that's just like going right to whatever. Great example. When we lost to Denver, it was game 2 or whatever, when they shoot the ball, missed it. I think it was Aaron Gordon chased it down, got the rebound, kicks it out to Michael Porter Jr. He hits the shot to tie it. That was the difference, right? Lakers end up losing that game. That doesn't happen. He doesn't get that rebound. We get the rebound. We're going the other way. We're playing the foul game, and all of a sudden, 2-score game, we win that game, right? Or if he gets the rebound and he misses that shot, right? Like, games come playoff time are very nuanced, right? It's one sequence could be the difference between you winning or losing a game or a series or whatever, right? Momentum and all that stuff. So you need those dirty work guys, need those hustle play guys. You need those guys that you can count on a nightly basis that know their role, understand the role, and play the role. Jordan Goodwin and Trey Jameson are 2 guys that I really do believe are excellent at that. And then Trey Jameson is another guy that I'm really high on. I mean, I was high on from the moment we acquired him, right? He's just a guy that I like. Is he the cure-all for the Lakers centers? No. But he's a big, physical, sturdy center. Is he a little awkward at times? Sometimes his little hook shot, stuff like that. Yeah, sure. But he, again, understands his role. Brings that toughness, brings that physicality. Isn't afraid of the squabble. Isn't afraid of, little contact, right? You need guys like that. Right, he works hard. You know what you're getting from him. He's 6'11", 270, big physical interior center. We need that, right? He rebounds well. We've seen him block shots and deflect shots. I mean, so far, 13 games, he's averaging 11.4 minutes per game. In that time, he is giving you basically 3 rebounds, an assist, half a steal, and half a block, and 3.4 points. So basically 3.5 points per game. If you look at his per 36, which I understand doesn't tell the whole story, but gives you an idea of like what he could potentially be if given the opportunity in minutes. He'd be an 11-10, so 11 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, half a steal, 1.5 blocks per game. So talk about a guy that can rebound, block shots, be the floor runner, get the putback. I mean, most of his points are coming off of hustle plays at putbacks and things like that. Anyway, that's what you need, right? I've talked about the center as our skill position spot, right? You got Jackson Hayes, you got Trey Jemison, you got Alex Len, right? These guys that give you different looks, different perspectives. Alex Len, I know he's basically completely fallen out of the rotation. He was a bad signing, but he is a guy that has experience and has been there in moments. So, you just kind of need a big body on the inside that you trust, that isn't going to make a mistake. You can throw him in there for that. Then outside of that, you got Trey Jemison is just like your big physical interior presence, right? Obviously, Jackson Hayes is your floor runner. Right? You get the different looks for the different matchups, right? Whoever your assignment is tonight, that's who you're facing. So just things like that to keep in mind. But I really do think Jamison and Goodwin, I think both of them are going to be on the Lakers roster at some point. I do think that they'll make the main roster before the playoffs, but they're not in a rush to sign him. But today they can officially sign him and still stay. I think it's like $64,000 under the cap is what they would be with their contract. So stay under the cap or apron. I keep saying cap. It's aprons now. Second apron. The whole thing is stay under the second apron. They would stay under the second apron and then be able to bring both guys in. Whoever they waive, that's up to you. Let me know down in the comments who you want to see them waive. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.